game wasn't even the fact that Liverpool won. It was the chant of the night, chant of the decade maybe. We support our local team.
Yeah.
That works on so many levels.
The highlight...
I found that rather odd, actually.
The highlight of the whole evening for me was before it kicked off, they had a wee thing about Akinfenwa. And it showed you the team all running round the pitch, and about 35 yards behind them there he was. And they, like Gary Lineker and whoever it was, just took the mickey out of that bloke for the whole night. Really,
Did you see the flag?
The flag.
The flag.
I saw the
What
flag.
was that?
They had a
beast.
flag behind their goal.
Franchise slayer.
He got the goal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be quite honest, I thought, like, I quite
Well, he's
like
so-
him.
he's
He's
so
a nice
svelte,
guy,
the way he
isn't
nipped
he?
through
You know?
I've got to be honest. I've got a lot. I briefly met him once before a game against Northampton in the JPT,
Franchise slayer.
and he comes across as a really top bloke, but you can just tell by the way they speak sometimes that Eric and the others have said to them, right, you're doing an interview later, but you've got to say this,
Yeah.
you've got to say that.
Good luck to them.
And
Anyway, back to the original point.
Yeah.
Are we voting these pair in?
Are we going to let Modders and Camden Paul
You can't
onto the
vote,
wall?
Modders.
You can't vote, Modders.
yes,
I'm going to go with a yes because I think it was a valiant effort.
It was a good read as I was watching it.
Excellent one. Now they've mucked around with my sound effects, so I don't actually know where the Monday. I never know where the applause is anyway, so it doesn't make that much difference. No, it's not that one. Hey,
Then. You're in.
you're in. It's
you.
done. Okay, all right. In that case, we need to have a quick look again at the question of the week because we've got a few other things coming in. Anyone got some of those? Can someone grab anything?
The question of the week was, what are your football-related New Year resolutions? And DippyDawn95 says it was to try not to annoy people with my alcohol-fueled rants. Then I realised I enjoy them too much. I know how you feel, mate.
Mick from Emerson Valley says to do more aways as long as they're not too far away, or unless it's very cold.
Paul Harris has made a contribution for once, following on from
Thank you, Paul.
Following on from Andrew Albie McPherson's effort to saying that he's going to be more like a real fan, he says he's going to be more like a fake fan.
Okay, Graham from the concession stand between gates 10 and 11 says, my New Year's resolution is to not fund the entire food and drink budget for the presenters of the MooCamp Radio Show.
And first-time contributor Paul Harris has texted in, not to say, wasn't the atmosphere better at the hockey stadium?
But funny enough, I've got a few have come in since the show started from Paul Harris,
Come on, Mr. Paul
which
Harris.
says to not look at the four screens and say, only 3 on again. To not boycott a certain maker of crisps after Gary Lineker said, this is the real Wimbledon, isn't it? Ooh. Which is cool. And to not reply to the question of the week. Oops. Okay, well,
He's held that one up really well, hasn't he?
yeah, thanks. If anyone else has got any more of those, then let us know. Otherwise, we'll move on and just say, have we had any roundabouty things in?
Yeah, we have. I've cherry-picked some here, actually, as we've been going through. I've got
Cherry-picked.
Cherry picked.
Cherry-picked.
Good word, yeah.
Remember that, that's
Yes,
a clue.
yeah. Darren from Middleton thinks it's a trick question. The reference to vehicles larger than cars needing guidance means it's not a roundabout, and he thinks we're talking about the traffic lights on the bridge that leads into Old Wolverton. Well, traffic lights, roundabout? No. Sorry about that one, Darren. Nathaniel from Simpson says the Rouge reference means it must be Redmore. I'm not that obvious, so you're wrong, Nathaniel. And Pete from MK1 thinks the reference to over and under, I like this actually, is a Wombles thing, and therefore it must be the stadium roundabout. Well, sorry, Pete, you're wrong. I mean, I wish I'd thought of that, actually. It would have been. So, no one's got it right yet. So, keep the guesses coming in, please.
Excellent, thank you very much. Okay, Paul Harris has actually just come on again saying, perfect music bed, which being a DJ, I know what that means, which is the Aaron G string thing. So thank you for that, and I'm pleased you liked it. Okay, time for another football match. Notts County.
Hand!
Hand.
Get in! I was there. It was
Boxing
good
Day,
to
if
hear
I
that.
remember
It was
rightly.
Hand.
Good, wasn't it?
It was great fun.
you
You were
there?
there? You
No.
weren't there.
I didn't see you. That was good.
Modders,
to hear that.
No hand.
No hand. Okay, that's 50% hands for an away match. We haven't had that for a while.
Away hand on a bank holiday as well.
Away hand on a bank holiday, yeah.
We always, if we're away on New Year's Day, then me and my lad will go, or if it's Boxing Day, then we always make an effort to go to it. whichever one it is, we're away. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have a family.
It wasn't a spectacularly good game, was it? But it was a good goal.
Was it as
It was
tight?
a terrible goal, but it was.
Was it as nervous a finish as it sounded on the wireless?
It was weird in that we could have lost it at any point, but I never actually felt that we were under threat. No, it was weird. It was another one of those games. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, where I think in the air we looked quite suspect, but they never really looked like they were actually going to cause us any problems. So I was a bit nervous, but not that nervous. I was more nervous about getting home because of the snow.
Oh, don't get me started with that.
Tell us about the snow, Jez.
Well, member of my family, who is not me, another male member. Anyway,
that narrows it down.
Well, we're in his car, and he's got like a Corsa, which is a really tiny, small car, and I'm used to driving a big van, so we're coming back.
He's a big man, is Jez.
Put the old sat-nav in, and somehow it decided the best route for us would be to go from Notts County to Leicester, cross-country using all roads in a blizzard where you couldn't see a bloody thing. It was a nightmare. It really, it was actually, all joking aside, it wasn't a good journey back, was it? It was terrible, really.
Talking to sat-navs in Notts County, this goes back, I can't remember, but we were going there with some friends, must be 5 or 6 seasons ago, something like that. And I can tell you for a fact that there are 3 meadow lanes in the Nottingham area, 2 of which are small lanes with a meadow at the bottom of them. For we have been to both of those, trying to get to Meadow Lane, and it was that was fun. But yeah, we didn't go through Leicester, but just getting back to the motorway, the snow was coming down heavy enough that people were starting to pull off the road and just sit on the hard shoulder, and it was one of those. Probably drove a little bit faster than you should have done to try and make sure you could keep ahead of it a bit.
I actually went a bit slower because I thought, this is just, I really got to, I'd rather drive at 40 miles an hour and get back in one piece. But then you got some idiot doing 30 miles an hour and you've got to pull out and you're thinking, I'm worried. It wasn't good. I'm not, all joking aside, it was a terrible
I was actually looking on Twitter and seeing some of the pictures that were coming up on there of people that were making their way back was quite disturbing, actually.
Yeah. It was a laugh, though.
Yeah, great fun. We had quite I can't remember how many we had, but we had
a good turnout, wasn't it?
Good turnout. We were good. We made lots of noise. We had fun. I think on the pitch we're okay. I can't remember who got the goal. It was Daniel Powell, wasn't it?
Big Powell.
Yeah, and it was one of those where everyone would turn around and say, "Terrible game," and he got the winner. So fantastic.
I love that. Just quickly going slightly off topic, that post that you said the other day. Somebody was talking about why Phoebe's been off the boil recently. I was at a game once and he scored the winning goal, and you said that's when your
the point at which
ends.
You lost the argument. That's when he's a striker. He scores a winning goal. He's done his job. Right, whatever you may think his job is, you're wrong because that's it. He won the match. He won the joke. Okay. Anything else to say about Notts County?
Delhi didn't get a hat-trick, which is very disappointing.
Yeah, I always find a bit... he's rubbish, isn't he, that Delhi?
He's
Delhi, when he doesn't get a hat-trick, he's rubbish.
I got a Sleaford Mods t-shirt for my Christmas for my son, and when we were in the pub before it, 2 blokes were pointing and nudging and pointing at me and looking at that t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were saying that t-shirt's a pirate and that bloke's ripped us off, probably.
Do you think you might maybe saying that t-shirt's 20 years too young for that man who's wearing it?
Yeah. Look at the size of him, age of him, rather.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, we'll do this.
Hello, I'm Jim Cleland, and every Tuesday between 9am and 12pm on Secklo Sounds Radio, you can hear all things MK. We have local news, sport, weather, traffic and travel, and lots of music. I'll be talking to local people about fitness, health, what's going on in Milton Keynes, our diverse community, local businesses, and much more. Join me, Jim Cleland, for all things MK every Tuesday between 9am and 12pm on Secklo Sounds Radio.
Oh, blimey, it's that time again. We've got more stuff than time, so we can't be spending even a second listing out what's coming up next. So, we've got yet another list of people that simply adore our beloved chairman. We'll gloss over the less than enthralling performance against Walsall and completely ignore the match that never was for the second time. We'll also check in with the wider world and see who's saying what about the franchise, and bring you insight and enlightenment from the worlds of Bootsie and Bovril. And that is about it.
I think it probably is. Excellent, thank you. Okay, this just in. Following the recent tweeting of a photograph of Don's boss, Carl Robbo Robinson, meeting with former Don's legend Keith Keat, runs like a girl Andrews, the rumour mill has gone into overdrive. Now, we're able to reveal exclusively, that contrary to the rumoured interpretation that Robbo is trying to bring Keat to Stadium Colon MK, Keat is actually trying to persuade Robbo to provide some private running coaching as he's being picked on by the Watford players for his less than masculine gait. More on this once we've all run around the studio doing our best Keat impersonations.
I have some texts. Kevin from Bath Dropkicks 2015 off in grand style. The not same legal entity cynics are being drowned by a tsunami of nostalgia, joy and hope from all those that know we are Wimbledon. Smiley face. It's peeing them off massively to see all this positive press and outpouring of affection for us. Thanks. Simon from London texts in to say, I couldn't believe the traffic at MK after the Chesterfield match. Took me nearly an hour to get out of the car park. Wait, did I say MK? Sorry, I meant London. Definitely London. Carl from MK1 texts in to say, if you boo, I'll get you. Now there's a worse Scouse impersonation.
That's pretty good.
Where was I? Dylan from Wolfton on the green texts, I couldn't really have wished for a better start to the season. Did you know that you haven't mentioned 4-0 much tonight? We haven't actually.
We haven't really, no.
Is that the Man United game?
Yeah, Man United. Yeah.
Capital One
4-0,
Cup. 4-0, yeah, it was great.
Well, I've got I've just remembered something about that game, and this is, I swear to God, this guy.
The 4-0 game.
Yeah,
The 4-0, go on. What?
Like, we got a young fella that works, works in our place, and he's about 25, right? And of course, he's from Belfast, so he's a massive Man United supporter. And just before Christmas, I said to him, we're talking about that game, and without any hint of irony, this guy said, like I said, oh yeah, we beat you 4-0, didn't we, or something like that. It was, yeah, how far did you get in that competition? And I thought, like you, I goes, oh mate, serious, and he wasn't joking, Anyway, carry on.
And Michelle from Stoke. Anyway,
Sean, do it. Michelle from Stoke Brewing.
Yeah, it's from Stoke Brewing. Text in to say, I wanted to come on the show this week, but forgot to ask, could I? And the answer is
yeah, of course you can, Michelle.
Get you down here. You've got 17 minutes, 16 and a half minutes.
Run!
Although we'll have 5 minutes of music, so it's 11 and a half minutes.
Hurry up.
Get on for 11 minutes now. I'd leave now if I were you, Michelle. Yeah. Okay.
As you should know by now, the Dons are undoubtedly the most popular club in the country, and Pete Winkie Winkleman is not only the most popular chairman in the lower leagues, he's possibly the most popular man in football altogether. But just how widespread is Winkie's fame, and who loves Winkie? Now, we've carried out some extensive research this week. We can now say that Robert Carlyle, the population of Carlisle, Isla St Clair, Claire Grogan, Terry Wogan,
Legend,
Terry Nutkins, Terry Scott, Scott Walker, Murray Walker, Andy Murray, Andy Pandy, Pandemonium, Moni Love, the population of Loughborough, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Edgar Allan Poe, and Poe from the Teletubbies. All really, really love Winkie. There were a couple of people we failed to reach out to this week, though. First of all, Eric Samuelson was too busy grinning like a Cheshire cat whilst the FA Cup draw was being made to hear his phone ringing. And poor old Bath Chair was too engrossed in working itself into a frenzy to bother answering what is a really pertinent question.
Excellent, thank you very much. Okay, I'm desperately trying to find a trailer that I haven't used for a while, so bear with me for 2 seconds. Probably can't say that because it's kind of live radio, isn't it? Right, yes, don't bear with me for 2 seconds. We've got another match to talk about, which I believe was the next one in chronological order, which was Walsall.
That was poor, that.
Let us discuss Walsall.
Matter of fact, it was so poor that, ignoring all the positivity that I've had this season, I'm going to boycott all matches this season because I can't face seeing us bottle it once more, so I'm not going to come anymore and I'm just going to whinge and then leave the forum because I'm in a mood. Copyright Don's Boy.
Yeah, it was actually said pretty much like that, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, anyway, bless him.
No, we love him, really. He's a great chap. But 3-0, that was a bit... Yeah.
It wasn't great, was it? It was just, I was a bit annoyed, if I'm being honest.
One of those situations where you come crashing down to earth in a very uncomfortable way. Yeah.
And can I just say,
you can.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
really?
I was literally just about to say that I would have rather. I was actually happier we lost 3-0 than 1-0 because it reminds you of how difficult this league is.
Exactly.
If we had lost 1-0, it would have been, but we were unlucky because Bodic off the line and we should have had a penalty and the referee was this and the referee